It's like
No.
from the jump, I was like, he's not dating her, y'all.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond.The.Mic Entertainment Edition.
And, like, bro, even when you hear the Diddy party, like, alright. Alright.
Foolish.
When you hear that, like, it don't even sound like a normal party.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond.The.Mic Entertainment Edition. We're here to give you all the latest rundown on everything pop culture related here at Penn State and across the country. And I'm here with...
Elissa Johnson.
And
Zaire Fowler.
And I'm Jade Bramwell. We are all broadcast journalism majors and within the communications field here at the Bell College of Communications. And we're going to give you guys the student perspective, Black perspective, and real perspective of everything that's going down in the entertainment space. Y'all, are you ready to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. So, on the show, we'll be discussing mainstays for all things that are in pop culture, specifically award shows, hot topics, and everything that's giving our basic opinion on what's going on within the media zeitgeist as a whole. So first, we're going to start with awards. And what's been going down recently is the VMAs and the Emmys specifically. So, did you guys actually watch the VMAs?
No, I did not. I just didn't care to watch it this time. I think it's a waste of time, honestly. I don't see like the authenticity of the Black culture, and honestly, I'm just here for the vibes. So, yeah.
Zaire, what about you, bro?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did not watch that at all. Like, I saw some clips on, like, I want to say Twitter.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this happening, but I completely forgot. I was just worried about, like, the Emmys and just wanted to see how that went. So
yeah, I think it's really interesting right now with the media landscape that we have and the way that we care so much about pop culture and its mainstays, whether we're like, oh my God, the VMAs, oh my God, the Grammys, Emmys, Oscars, different types of award shows. But at the end of the day, the numbers to actually watch and support these types of shows and the way that they're catering to us as students, Gen Z people as a whole, is kind of misguided, especially with the fact that most of us don't have cable being in school. So you're either cough, cough, jailbreaking, or if you live luckily in a high-rise building and they give you TV, you have it, or you're cough, cough, jailbreaking. Like, there's no other way to really watch any of these shows. And for me, I'm a person that tries to stay up to date with most of this stuff, but it can be very difficult because if somebody's not dropping a link on Twitter to say, here's how I watch XYZ, SNL, you're not getting watched, VMAs, you're not getting watched, it's just not happening, babe. Like, it's too much going on.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I be sailing the 7 seas. I be pirating every day. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too.
Because we already pay for Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and they all come with a little Uber One, Uber Eats deal. So shoot, you might as well be immersed in. Shoot, that's what they talking about now.
I think it just also depends like on the shows that's like happening today. Like, I don't have the time to watch it, honestly. Like, I'm busy doing work, doing school, everything. So like, unless it's popping or trending on Instagram or Twitter, I don't really care.
Yeah.
So here's some of the things that went down, and I kind of want to hear you guys' opinion on it. First was the fact that Megan Thee Stallion got to host. We know that there was obviously some controversy between Barb's and those that are in Megan's fandom because the fact that the VMAs decided to let her host this year. But I honestly thought it was a good idea. She brings in a lot of ratings and numbers where she can with her demographic. And personally, I know people that attend these award shows because you can go to award shows for free, y'all. Like, that's a very real thing. You can go and be a spectator and kind of work the show. And some of my mutuals on Twitter, they were talking about, yeah, I'm trying to go because I'm trying to go see Meg. Like,
I mean, I would too. Not gonna lie, she looked good. She know how to do her thing. I know she was wearing like her one fit from Britney Spears with the snake and everything.
Which we're gonna talk about.
That looked really good. I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, no stress.
Yeah.
No stress.
What about you, Zaire?
I mean, I would say for Meg, it was a good pick for them to go with Megan Thee Stallion just because she had an album like recently dropped, I think, at that time, and it was doing pretty good like on TikTok, and that was like one of the big factors that that reeled people in. So I would say that.
And especially with all those songs being viral right now and her being able to perform them, especially just getting off of tour, it was definitely good promo for her.
Yeah.
But some of the things that people were discussing, which Elissa kind of brought up, is the fact that everybody is kind of channeling nostalgia bait to an extent, whether that be by choice, specifically with the VMAs and their team saying, hey, Meg, we're going to have you dress up as XYZ person, like Britney Spears, for example. And there was many celebrities that were kind of channeling different older VMA looks that have taken place. I know a lot of people, they like to compare the singer Tate McRae to Britney Spears quite a bit, and people don't like the comparison sometimes they do, but she wore an outfit that was very similar to what she previously wore 10 to 20 years ago, and people were saying, yeah, like these new pop girls don't really have the zhuzh to kind of control their own narrative and showcase their own stunts on the runway. But honestly, I have no problem with people kind of channeling their expertise and support of the older girls and kind of paying homage to people. Like, I have no problem with it. I just think that sometimes I feel bad for pop girls because they have no lane sometimes to work within. People are going to be mad because we honestly put the rap people and the pop girls together now as one. Because the men, to be real, Zaire, you can argue me if you want to. Let's keep it a stack. They not doing much.
I ain't gonna,
half the show was women.
I ain't gonna argue. Yeah, half the show was like when I went on Twitter. I saw no, young gentlemen rappers. I ain't gonna say the name, but I saw none of them. So like
we saw Eminem. Shoot, I ain't seen Eminem in a minute.
But he's been in the game for so long, so it's like,
which is cute. But I was cool off of it. That's what I'm saying. Also, another thing that people were discussing too was the performances. Specifically, Camila Cabello had some controversy. Eminem had some controversy, and I also thought it was really interesting that the VMAs decided to let Eminem go first, especially after the lyric that he had in his recent album that had a Megan Thee Stallion dig too. That wasn't weird to y'all.
That was a little weird.
It was weird, but like Eminem is always in controversy. Like,
I think he just does it for shits and giggles at this point.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't even think he cares.
Yeah, and I think some people, they've also been talking about the fact that Katy Perry's on her, as to say, I was a Katy Cat once, but her third to fourth rebrand that she is trying. But you can't really try these types of things and throwing out new songs when you're getting a VMA Lifetime Achievement Award. But on the sad part, what's crazy about all of it is the fact that literally she's still working with an artist that she knows specifically that is a predator. And it's very interesting dynamics. I'm sorry, cough, cough, Dr. Luke. Like, not many of us. Well, how do y'all feel? Because it can't just be me. I'm confused. I'm lost.
I mean, I'm lost too, but I think it's just the way in which like the industry is changing and everything, from like the taste in music to like the demographic. Like, I feel like you're going back to like how we always going to like, I don't know, we're paying homage to like the people that came before us, but also like we're unable to like make our own paths, and it's just like, I would like to see this generation do something differently. Like, yes, we could do things from before, but like, just do your own craft. Like, I'm missing that new, like, authenticity. Like, for example, my favorite person right now is Doechii. He just dropped a new album, and it's just like, she was talking on a podcast about like how we're losing that like brand of like Black culture, and like we just need to tap into that really now. So. Yeah,
I feel the same way. Like, I feel like most people are just a tad bit afraid of trying like new things, and they feel like if they can just stick with, this reminds someone of this, it'll be a lot easier for them to gain more people and gain people that were fans of that certain person.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because people love to talk about the fact that Katy had no fan base. Granted, she did have Katy Cats, and she also had a residency. The residency did very well. But I think that her craft and her artsmanship is on 10, but the music will just never be there again. And I think that's hard to kind of come to terms with as somebody that was so dominant in the early 2010s and late 2000s, and as somebody that's made a lot of strides for women in the industry. But then the downside of that is you promise not to work with someone that you're now continuing to work with and are doubling down on it in speeches like at the VMAs and speaking or trying not to speak about the fact that you're working with Dr. Luke. Like, we can't talk about it's a woman's world, but then you're speaking and working with somebody that literally sadly SA'd somebody in the industry that's your peer. That doesn't make sense. And I think that it's really difficult to kind of talk about and come to reckon with, because that's, as a person that genuinely enjoys her music, I'm like, how can I support that?
I think this is something we've always been seeing in the industry. Like, this isn't new. Like, in order to get to the top, you have to make sacrifices and do deals with people like you may or may not know, or also like they have some shady stuff going on. And also like the music today is tailored towards like TikTok music. Like, it's not real music. It's like 10 to 15 second bites. So it's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I feel like in a certain way, like, even though it's a bad thing and like it's a terrible thing what he did. I just feel like most people just try not to care about it and just be like, oh, I'm like they try to separate the art from the artist, even though some things the artist has done that's like you can't really separate that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
And on another topic of controversy that took place at the VMAs, it was sadly our Johannesburg queen, Tyla. I personally had no issue with this next scenario I'm about to bring up, but sadly, Twitter and, of course, black social media platforms love to profitize off of confusion and foolishness.
When do they not?
So, Tyler went up to go receive her award, and people have already been talking about the fact that she kind of has an energy and spirit. If you go look on Twitter about Tyla's energy and spirit, people kind of talk about the fact they don't like her energy, quote unquote. And they did not like the fact that when she walked up to go receive her award, she asked somebody to hold the award because she said it was too heavy. Keep in mind, there are different recordings of when she tried to go hand the award to Lil Nas X, because Lil Nas X and Halle were both on the stage with her. But I guess from the peripheral view that we saw as an audience from TV, we just saw her trying to hand it per se to Halle. So people started arguing. Twitter was talking about the fact that she's ungrateful and pretty much how she is very spoiled, and then also the whole controversy with her not really supposed to be in certain categories, and her also have to mention the fact that Afro beats and the music and work that she does is not really implemented into the genres that she's been running recently. So what do y'all think about that?
I love Tyla. I love the music that she makes. I just feel like personally, I don't know why everyone's after her. She's a black woman in Afrobeats. In the last couple of years, Afrobeats has been making its own stance in the country and everywhere. So I understand that. But honestly, if I was receiving a medal or an award and I'm just going to pass it on to someone, it's not disrespect. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, I feel like you can't, Twitter always just going to try to spin a narrative, try to make, different BS, yada, yada. So, for Tyla, I like her music, and I feel like what she was doing, I think I saw it on someone's tweet. I think they responded. They were like, oh, she was, mocking people because they were like, oh, they call her spoiled, this and that. So she decided to, make a little joke and, be like, oh, I can't hold this, yada, yada. And people felt like, oh, she's just doing this and that. She's really entitled. She's living up to it. And it's like, you can't really say that if you don't know the person, bro. That's for almost everything else out here, where we don't really know that much when it comes to, other people and behind the screen.
Exactly.
But for that whole thing, you want to be like, oh, I'm going to be mad at Tyler. For what? For what reason? But I feel like damn near everyone on Twitter is always mad about everything, including the black community on Twitter.
Definitely black Twitter is always mad about something, sadly, as I am a user of the app. Sadly.
I am too.
You know how that go. We got nothing else to do on this campus, so shoot.
Yeah.
As much as I love my alma mater, God bless America.
Twitter or TikTok.
Well,
it's always something, I feel like. You can never win.
Yeah.
Never.
On some uptick and some wins, honestly, they didn't even really show much of the awards, but my girl Sabrina Carpenter took it home. We love you, baby. Continue to do what you do. I will see you in concert in the next few weeks. I'm so excited. This is my pride and joy. I've been here since Girl Meets World.
Okay.
Please know that.
Okay.
So
Girl Meets World were cool. It was cool.
My VIP, we will be having a good time in Philly.
Gotcha.
And then, Taylor Swift came and took everything. And, we thought she was going to announce Reputation. She still didn't. She need to get serious.
I know her fans were mad.
I was mad. Because I might not be a Taylor Swift connoisseur. Y'all know on the personal how I feel about that Travis Kelce. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to close my mouth. However, she know when I turn on that Reputation, something go up. Yes, God. That was her best album besides Folklore, and she need to continue it, and they need to put the recording out today. We need it now. I need Reputation now. And she also needs to re-put out the live version and then put the little concert movie on Disney+. That's all for the Swifties. We love you, babe. Yes. So now next, we're going to go into some hot topic, just small, niche little things that have been going on in pop culture the last few weeks. And honestly, the first thing I want to talk about, Zaire told us that he did not watch the show. But for all the women in the room that did take place watching this, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has been taking over TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. And honestly, these women have been very popular. I guess we just didn't know about it because that ain't popping up on the Black timeline on TikTok. However,
Yes.
it's been immaculate. This was top tier reality TV. Like, I cannot lie to you.
It has been.
How are you feeling?
I just finished watching episode 1, and I was like surprised because like the Mormon culture, like it's very secretive. Like you get married at a young age, and it has like all this going on. But like I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
And Zaire, to let you know,
Okay.
the type
You
of
missing.
timing that this is on, keep in mind. So one of the main women, her name is Taylor Frankie Paul. She had a swinging scandal, like a sexual swinging scandal with multiple of her best friends and all their husbands together. That's how this show got started. She also got arrested because her child, there was a alleged domestic violence situation that took place, and now she's on a relapse. She changed her life. So yeah, you see that? Just yeah.
You
So
get into it.
Is this a doc? Is this a documentary?
No.
Oh,
This is
okay.
like some reality TV type
It's
timing.
on Hulu.
We go watch them go to the soda shop because they don't have coffee shops out there. 'Cause you know, Mormons do not drink caffeine.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's hard for me to get to like reality TV shows just because I'm like, bro, almost all this is like scripted. But I tried my best. I forgot what reality TV show the
Love
last one I
Island?
saw. I don't even know if it was I don't know if it was Love Island, but it was like a romance type of reality TV show where it was like
Bachelor?
Nah, it was like a mixed match where
Which one?
dang, I don't know the name
There's
of
too
it.
many.
Yeah,
there's
there are
too
too
many.
many.
too
But
many.
I
There's
did
too
see the
many.
one where people like dressed up like as animals and then
Oh,
I saw that one. That
I
one
know
was
what you're talking
pretty
about.
good.
Yeah, that was weird.
That
It
was
was weird, but
That
like,
was
Stop
it was-
making that. Whoever
it
was making that, stop making that.
No furries.
Please.
It was
No.
good.
Stop making
I liked
that.
it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But we do, honestly, I think, let us know, viewers, if you want us to watch The Bachelor new season, because the boy, first of all, he's black.
Yes,
and
he
he's
is.
from Jersey, which I'm
Okay.
a Jersey native. So,
And same here.
all right.
All right.
See how this goes? Yeah, it's just terrible, y'all. I'm sorry. But, you know, it's just a mess. The Mormons, they got a lot of stuff going on. I'm supporting it, but, you know, I don't know what they got going on. We need a season 2, though, Hulu. Y'all need to start relapsing on that because they acting a fool in these little interviews with Nick Vile. We need to start relapsing, putting that on tape. Put it on tape so that I can get the season 2 faster. Yeah.
I'll tune in. I'll tune in. Then.
And will.
I'll tune in.
should.
And will. And then another hot topic that's been going on is the Drewski versus Ruby Rose. I honestly, I promise you, I don't know nothing about that. I don't follow. Well, I do follow Drewski because I like to laugh sometimes.
He's
Yeah.
funny sometimes.
He is. He is. I
is.
need him to come up here so we can get some laughter going on. We need something on the campus.
Nah.
Can they afford him?
Probably not.
Okay.
Penn State is
Thank
not going to be
you.
able to afford Drewski.
Thank you.
Come on.
Probably
now.
not. But you know, Ruby Rose was posting that apparently she claims that she had a PR relationship with Drewski. Now, me personally, I thought it was PR the whole time.
Same.
I don't know why people thought this
too.
was real to begin
It
with.
was not real. It was
Yeah,
not
I'll
real.
say that. Like
Realistically
it's
speaking,
not.
it just never made sense to begin
It
with.
didn't.
And that's
It
not even on no
It didn't.
derogatory.
It didn't.
They all got
It
money
didn't.
and it's cute, whatever, but we don't care. It was
It was cute
after-
while it lasted.
Right, it
Yeah,
was cute while
It
it
was
Yeah.
nice.
And it was
But
short.
she said
it was
that
really short.
she also did
was.
say, though, I guess because people were kind of demonizing her, saying like, yeah, like you slept with Drewski. She said that she never slept with him. And she said that he's really funny and nice, but you know, he was just paying for the cash. And you know, I don't blame him. Shoot, you know, get how you can get it when you live it. You know?
I mean, if you're trying to get enough interaction by fans, I guess that's one way.
Right.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Her OnlyFans does very well.
Oh.
Oh, it do.
No
mean,
comment.
I mean, I wouldn't
No
know.
comment.
Support women.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I
'cause
wouldn't
don't-
know.
I don't follow it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. We're not
Okay.
saying that you follow it. I'm just saying.
Now-
I never. I mean, I was.
Wow.
I ain't gonna say you word. I thought for like
Now, see how that
a
went?
short.
See,
short
support
sec-
the sex
a
workers,
short-
support women,
Wow.
support the community.
All right, nah, I'll
See-
support them. I'll support them.
We support
Allegedly,
them.
You know?
allegedly.
Allegedly is crazy.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
support
I
them.
GTA. I support them in GTA.
Okay.
You know.
And the next thing that we honestly have for our last top topic is hashtag surviving stunner girl. I don't know what's going on with this. The baddies, the now that's, you lost me with all of it. I don't support none of that. Let's be clear.
Me neither.
Not for Jade and Naya.
I don't even know what's going on.
Oh,
Not
child,
me
I'm
either.
going to
I
explain
don't
it
even
to
know
you.
what's going
So
on.
apparently,
Please.
Stunner Girl has her own show because, you know, she got rid of the whole thing with Natalie, child. She don't support Natalie because, you know, Natalie, what she would do. Well, go watch some of them videos. You'll find out real quick, child.
All right.
Well, you know, because of that, she decided that she wanted to do her own type of reality TV show, basically doing another version of Zeus, which we do not care for. Because if I wanted to watch that, I could watch Baddies Caribbean. And I don't want to watch that because I don't support that. But pretty much people came out because the show is now coming out on air. And we're saying that the show does not have proper logistics and is honestly dangerous as hell. Keep in mind, allegedly Stunna put a girl in a dog cage. So this is the type of timing that we're dealing with on situations of these women in general. So it's not like, I don't know in the first place why I'm even supporting anything that has to do with somebody that puts somebody's life in danger. But you know, to each their own.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
You know,
that's very extreme.
Yeah.
I will not be tuning into that.
No, this is old.
Oh.
This is old, y'all.
So like it's already aired.
No.
Oh.
She put somebody into a dog cage years ago.
Oh.
And still got on Baddies.
Got you.
All right.
Okay.
So, exactly. See, just look back into the mic, child. It's a mess.
Got you.
Right. Yeah.
So, because of that, you know, she has her new show, whatever, and multiple cast members have pretty much been exposing Stunna's escapades, I guess, with people because she now is not with her husband anymore, allegedly, and he was trying to flirt with some of the women in the cast. Also, alleged abuse going on from the staff members that are apparently just her friends and family, because apparently these men were asking to sleep with these women because they only had, mind you, 5 rooms in this mansion. 5, allegedly 5. But there was all these women here. It's about 20 of them.
20?
Yeah, like
and
15 to 20 of them.
20 and 5.
All right.
Yeah. So they had,
that.
so they had to fight for the beds. You know how that go on, the little Zeus baddies, whatever, child. So because of that, they were asking to sleep with the women and in return for drugs and sex, allegedly. All right. And then Stunna was also allegedly not providing proper food for the guests to the point where they didn't have their phones because they took their phones because they said you can only get them for 5 minutes at nighttime.
5 minutes?
Because they don't want them to like record.
What you gonna do with 5 minutes though?
But they don't want them to record, I guess, what's taking place.
But like, what if something happens? I need to call someone.
Child, you wouldn't know a thing.
All right.
Exactly.
How much they get paid to do this? How much they
Not
get
a
paid?
thing. They didn't
Not
get
a thing?
paid nothing because when you get kicked off the
Okay.
show, she said she wasn't paying them.
You losing.
But then they gonna text. You know what they did? They texted Natalie, child. They said she said no, you supposed to get paid that show rights. Natalie none putting the people on. It's a ghetto mess, child. It's ghetto. It don't make sense.
What happened to us as people? I don't know. I think after Zeus came up, it just got. It just went backwards.
And 20v1's been taking the streets.
Stop.
So,
And we are not talking about the 20v1.
We
is not talking about the 20.
I do
That's
not
what
support
happened.
Zeus next word. I don't support none of that.
I don't support none of that.
I don't support that.
I don't support none of that.
Foolish. All of it
support
is
it.
foolish. It is demonizing our community. We
Did
deserve
you know
better.
there was like 20v1 kids version? There was a kid, yes.
Stone whoever
Kids.
did that.
This is the
Stone
problem.
whoever did
Little
that.
kids. I'm done.
You're done.
I'm
and
done.
then with
I
that,
know,
Hot
dude.
Topics is over because you
I'm
know
done.
don't support that. Just don't. It's not right.
Yeah.
And now next, we are going to get into our big story of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year. Mr. Diddy, Sean Diddy Puff Combs. My God, you know. We are going to be giving you a small rundown. Gracious enough, the AP News has kind of given us a list of what has taken place all the way from last year in November to now, today's date is September 19th, for what has taken place with Diddy Combs, specifically with allegations of abuse, sexual assault, and violence. And if you feel like you cannot tune in and listen to what we're going to be speaking about, you can go look up the AP article itself, or look up the Rolling Stone article, or pretty much any piece on national news right now, because he is trending badly because, you know, violence. So
Yeah.
if you feel like that's uncomfortable for you, we as an audience understand that, and as people of this organization, we just support what's doing best for you. So we are going to kind of get into the timeline of what has taken place. Honestly, for us as students, we were on our way home from Thanksgiving break to go home when we found out about Cassie dropping the lawsuit with Diddy. This was in November of 2023 specifically. And Cassie was claiming that she had felt and had many years of abuse with Diddy and also was tortured by him. And after this, literally 24 hours later, Combs settled the next day. How do y'all feel about that? Because that was wild to me.
I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. You see this all the time. They try to cover up everything with money, and then it comes out years later, and then you have the friends calling out, and it's just like, you could have said something when it happened, but you didn't.
Yeah, and half the time people are just like afraid of something happening to them, but it's like, where's this happening to other people that don't have like a chance to be able to say something, and you're just standing there
And
like,
kids.
yeah,
Yes.
and you're just
And
standing
kids.
there like,
Allegedly.
Yes.
you're standing there like, oh, I
You know.
ain't got nothing to do with me, so I'm not jumping in. And it's like, you know the person, so why won't you at least, do your due diligence and like jump in and help out?
But that's what happens when you allegedly also pay people off.
That is true.
That is true.
Yes. So after Cassie was paid off, because physically with the litigations and different state laws, they knew at the time that she couldn't fully prosecute him. They went the other route, worked how it worked that way. And literally, like not even a week later, more articles and recounting tales of what happened with abuse from two other people with Diddy also came forward, victims that were speaking about their experiences with him, allegedly. And also, not even a day later, he then stepped down from Revolt, which is his media network company. From what I've also been reading, he allegedly put the things in different family members' names so that his kids are still taken care of. Let's pray it's the two youngest. Lord. Jesus.
Please stop.
Yeah,
well,
I peeped that he had younger children. I said, bro, what?
I didn't even
Yeah,
know
we'll
he
get
had
into that too, because it gets wilder and wilder somehow.
kids.
Yeah. And then in December of 2023, he had another allegation of sexual assault, but this time it was with a minor. And that's when everything started to have a wrench. And specifically, this quote says from the AP News, the same day, Combs posted a statement on Instagram broadly denying all the allegations in mounting series of lawsuits. I did not do any of these awful things being alleged, the post says, and I will fight for my name, my family, and my truth. And this was in December of 2023, and now we're here today. So how do y'all feel about that? Because it's just
There's
so
a lot
jarring.
of allegations or allegedly being spoken about. I just feel like he just could have came out and just said that it was all true. You dragging this on for too long.
It's been too many things that just been like, oh yeah, he did this, he did that. Like, bro, even when you hear the Diddy party, like alright.
Foolish.
When you hear that, like, it don't even sound like a normal party. It just sound
Well,
like
it
something.
wasn't.
Yeah, it sound like
Yeah,
something crazy about to happen in there. Like, bro, I'm not going to a party named Diddy party. Like, you out of your damn mind, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally in February 2024, another allegation of sexual assault. And he called the allegation specifically, going off of your point, Elissa, pure fiction. So,
Right. Okay.
right.
Okay.
If that explains anything of what we're dealing with here. And then literally in March 25th, 2024, Homeland Security went to Combs' house with search warrants, and they raided his home in Los Angeles and Miami. And they told the Associated Press that it was a sex trafficking investigation, and that Combs was at one of his homes in Miami at the time, and his two sons were at his home, and they were handcuffed and searched as well. And how do you guys feel about his children being allegedly also involved? Not Quincy, and not the twins, and not the baby and the other
I
one.
always
Yeah.
feel bad when kids get
Yeah.
involved in their parents'
Yeah.
business. Like, they didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
They did not ask to be bought into all this nonsense, and like they have to live with this all their lives. So I really do feel bad for them.
Yeah, I feel bad for the two kids that did get arrested because when I saw that, and the first thing in my head I was like, oh, they actually got him. And then like a couple, like I won't even say a couple like hours. It was like just a couple minutes later. It's like, oh, they got the kids, and like Diddy was somewhere else. And I was like, bro, did he just run away from this?
Yeah, which we did find out he did not leave.
Oh.
That was a different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
still very weird and murky, and we'll find out more
Okay.
about the whole jet thing, which is why they're having the precautions that they have for him right now when it comes down to leaving the country. Hence the passport give over, but we will
Yep.
explain that soon as well. But going off of that, literally not even a few days later, on April 4th, they named that his son, Christian Combs, who's very known, also sexually assaulted a woman that was working on a yacht that was chartered by his dad. And the lawsuit was filed in the Los Angeles Superior Court. So now we're having court cases in different areas. We're talking about LA, we're talking about Miami, and soon New York. And all of these things, we're talking about the fact that Combs created the circumstances, according to AP News, that led to the assault, and that was paid for these allegations itself to be paid to be covered up. And that the two men called the allegations specifically outrageous. So once again, we're using language that is very bold, talking about outrageous language, talking about pure fiction. These things are all not true. But then things started to really take a shift. Stuff got a little bit quiet. The water, we still had Jaguar Wright going on rants. We still had different people like Aubrey O'Day talking, the usual spiel that goes on social media with the little eerie background music, on the TikTok timeline. But things really took a wrench on May 17th. And that's because CNN released a video that showcased proof of domestic abuse and violence by Sean Diddy Puff Combs. And that was towards Cassie, specifically in a hotel room. And in this video, he is essentially, and I hate even using this term, beating the hell out of her because she was trying to escape the premises. And this is how people believe the jumping point for where we are at today on September 19th is taking place, because now we have physical evidence of somebody that is allegedly being kidnapped because she was trying to leave the premises, trying to get out of a domestic situation. I remember when I watched the video, he was in his robe, basically beating her with his hands in the best possible way I can explain that.
It was hard to watch.
It was very, very difficult to watch. And on top of the fact, we did find out that Diddy allegedly bribed the hotel $50,000, and he apologized 2 days later for his inexcusable behavior. Y'all,
it's a lot.
Look,
it's a lot.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'll say this. When before that video came out, it was so many celebrities that was like, oh, he didn't do anything. Y'all paint a narrative and yada yada. I'm like, yo, he has so many allegations
for
towards
years
him.
before this even is
exactly.
taking place.
And you're over here like, oh, he couldn't have done that. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. If my friend's having a whole list of allegations for years, most definitely he done it. Like, I'm not gonna say he didn't do it, but I'm gonna have it in my head. I'm like, yeah, he,
Exactly.
If it's the shoe, if it's the
I
shoe.
agree. And it's just sad, we have to wait all this time just for video proof to say that he's abusing people.
Yeah.
I really don't understand how you wake up one morning and just decide to do this. And also for the friends and family that knew, how do you sleep at night knowing that this is the type of person?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you work with people like this knowing this is happening. Like, oh, I'm scared he's going to do something. Do what? Pick up the phone, call 911, do something.
For those that have the power to do so. For those that have been put in a situation where they are also being tormented in whatever situation possible that may be, we feel you, and we understand that those types of scenarios and situations are very difficult to come to terms with. And allegedly, we're now hearing that a whole bunch of freaking celebrities are apparently in these alleged videos. So we'll see how that goes the next few weeks. But pretty much then in June, shit really started to hit the fan. Mayor Adams for New York returned the key, and his own alma mater, Howard University, rescinded his honorary degree, which is a very big deal because as a community, we understand and know that as Black and brown people, our word is bond and it holds weight.
Yes.
As sad as it is to say, there's a lot of abusers that we as a community, not us personally, that we ignore their behavior. So for seeing a video like that and knowing that as an organization like Howard University, as the mayor of New York, it's time to stand and truly make a change for something, especially when then literally a few days later you have a whole article, 6 months that the Rolling Stone put out of hardcore evidence that then found that Diddy also allegedly sexually assaulted somebody on Howard University's campus. So these are the levels that we're dealing with. And as sad as it is to say, then in August, he was pretty much asking for the federal judge to throw out his lawsuits from literally February. And he said specifically that his lawyer said that the suits was overrun with tall tales and lurid theatrics and legally meaningless allegations and blatant falsehoods. So this is, again, the type of language that we're using, describing people that are alleged victims of him and saying that these allegations specifically are not real and are falsehoods. This does not help people, specifically Black women, because most of the times these are the people being abused in these scenarios to feel better about themselves and going about sharing their stories of sexual assault. There are many girls that we know on this campus here at Penn State that have been assaulted that choose to not speak because they feel like a scenario not even on this level is taken that seriously. So imagine on this scale with a billionaire. the levels for support is just not positive in any aspect.
And it's just like so, I don't know, it's like very uncomfortable just to talk about because like imagine just speaking out knowing like something can happen to you or your family, and it's really sad. And I can't imagine any of that happening to someone like myself or just anyone close to me. And I just feel like really, it's like exhausting. It's very, very exhausting. Like in 2024, I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything?
Nah, I mean y'all pretty much hit it. Like hit all the points. Like it's really tiring just hearing like all this happening and just having people just be like, oh yeah, we don't really care or we don't believe it or whatever. And it's like, if y'all were in that situation, y'all would care, y'all would believe it. But y'all just don't want to like show that you care because you feel like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna have to like go out for, do a lot. And it's like, no, you don't. Like, bro, all you gotta do is just show that you care and just keep it pushing. Like, no one's telling you to do the most, but we're telling you just to like do as much as you can.
Yeah. Just speak up.
So now we're here today. We're here in September. Combs was asked to travel to New York to wait to turn himself in. And this is in the beginning of the month, around the 5th and the 6th. And another allegation came out, but by somebody very prominent, and that would be Dawn Richard, who was on his show Making the Band. And she is also suing for sexual abuse and misconduct as well. And this is just adding to another layer of the Aubrey O'Days and Jaguar Wrights of the world that are kind of putting the pieces together for us as an audience and individuals that consume this type of content to know that what is happening isn't non-reality and pure fiction. This is stuff that is really taking place, allegedly, and needs to be held accountable for.
Yes.
And now we're here, September 16th, and on Monday night this week, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in his hotel in Manhattan after a grand jury indictment. And in this indictment, Combs' attorneys called it an unjust prosecution of an imperfect person who is not a criminal. And they said that Combs tried to make arrangements to turn himself in specifically, but he was arrested first. And then on the 17th, indictments against Combs were unsealed so us as the general public could know and find out what has taken place. And in these indictments specifically, the AP News says that it describes him as the head of a criminal enterprise that engaged or attempted to engage in sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purposes of prostitution, drugs, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Jesus. And it says that he engaged in a persistent and persuasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals, including physical violence, in order to fulfill his sexual desires, to protect his reputation, and conceal conducts. And specifically, he was talking about having allegedly freak-offs. That's what these parties were called, where he was literally allegedly assaulting people. So I just have no words at this point. Like, what are we doing as, first of all, community? Second of all, as a business and entertainment field? What are the plans? Because everybody's now talking about, are they really going to get this man? Is this man going to have a Harvey Weinstein moment? He's going to jail, right?
Yeah.
So far, he's been in there for a few days. Because they're not giving him that $50 million bond to be released. They think that he's a flight risk, potentially.
Yeah,
he has to give away passports, everything.
It was like the second time they tried to bail him out, and they denied it,
Yeah. We're now just in a position where, as a community, as people that care about this entertainment field, and that want to go into this field as students, we are very aware of the fact that, like, it's not always safe, especially for people that look like us, whether you're male or female or non-binary, right? So what are you as an industry specifically going to do to make that change? Because we all graduating this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're about to be grown. Do you guys want us as the next generation and future leaders to be put in a position where we feel intimidated, potentially hurt and harmed due to behavior like this?
I think also the change starts with us. Like, we recognize the faults in everyone, and of course the industry that we're going in right now. Like, we know it's going to be dangerous, especially as Black women and just Black men. like we have to work 10 times harder than everyone else in the room, but also take on all this weight from behind. And it's going to be a lot of work, but at least we are doing something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're stepping on like really thin ice. Just anything that's bad can just set almost everyone off and just make everyone just become your enemy. And including the industry, it's like you can't really say anything without, becoming like, as soon as you say something crazy, you're immediately
Yeah, let's
blacklisted.
pray we're not blackballed
Immediately
after this episode.
Yep.
Well, I want a job. So.
I still want to make films. I still want to make films.
Exactly. Andrew is still a journalist, allegedly. Right.
So.
But
Allegedly.
next thing that we honestly want to do as a show specifically is honoring our ancestors and those specifically that have made an impact in our community, because that is something that we feel like, honestly, as community, we need to do more while they're here and when they have their flowers, when they pass away as well. So we want to give a special shout out to Tito Jackson, Frankie Beverly, and Michaela DePrince that have all passed away within the last few weeks. Tito Jackson, as you know, is a Jackson 5 member and a proud guitarist. And he was a person that was very prominent within the community, specifically in the 60s and 70s, for making change for Black artists, specifically in the Motown space. Frankie Beverly is an icon, member of Maze, literally created one of the biggest cookout songs ever, Before I Let Go. Without him, we would probably have nothing and no two-steps. So rip him specifically. And Michaela DePrince, who was a prima ballerina that left Sierra Leone, her home country, due to a literal war-torn period there, was adopted, came to the U.S., and danced in the literal dance theater of Harlem and the Boston Ballet. So we would like to send our condolences to their families, showcase our support for them, and give them their flowers, even though they are not here anymore, and letting them know that they were prominent figures of our community and deserve to be supported now, then, and forever. So the weekend is coming up, y'all. It's Thirsty Thursday.
Stop.
We got
Right.
PSU versus Kent State.
Stop.
Homecoming next week.
Stop.
We're immersed. Senior year.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cafe. Thank
Stop.
you, Champs.
Girl, stop.
We shouting them
It's
out.
dry September. I'm on dry September. We're not doing
She's
it.
lying.
Wow.
I
That's
know that for a
crazy.
fact.
That is very crazy.
It's true.
I'm speaking the truth, though. I'm speaking the
I
truth.
don't know.
Allegedly.
I can't do a dry
no.
September.
Damn.
I can't do a dry
What?
September.
It's called discipline. You have to discipline yourself.
Just saw her
I
last
guess.
week.
You
How'd
have
that work?
to.
You
I
shake
get-
your head no.
It's not.
She was just at the bar. This is what I be talking about, y'all. They be lying.
It's only a
Them journalists, the
month.
journalists be lying too,
Oh
yo.
my
Damn,
God.
they
I
be
don't,
lying
I don't
too.
know. I need to be out. I need to be outside of my
Save-
house or
save-
something.
Well, you don't. You be a little recluse. However, that's
Recluse.
one.
Everyone stay inside. Stay inside.
Well, I won't be going to the game this weekend. I sold my student ticket. Thank you.
Right.
I will
didn't
be
buy
at
a ticket.
Doggies.
I didn't
Thank
get a
you.
chance to buy a ticket,
Good.
so
Oh.
Good.
I was doing internship work at that time. So
Oh.
yeah, I did not have a chance. And as soon as they dropped it, I was like,
Nah,
I'm
you
broke.
could have. You had time though for the raffle. You just wasn't reading that email properly. Read your Penn State emails.
well,
yo.
they changed it, and I didn't feel like doing all the extra steps. And I was like,
No,
you know
it
what?
was easy this year. It was really easy, surprisingly.
There's gonna be
Anyways,
more
Penn State,
games.
just give us free tickets. I'm tired of this. We need free tickets. I love you,
can
Penn
get it
State.
in.
tickets.
Yes,
I can get it in.
Andu,
Oh, you do. Actually, for the work you've done, yeah.
we need free
Yeah.
tickets.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
need.
Give us free tickets, please.
Thank you. Support your communications, friends. And then also, what's been on the trend? All these little run clubs, the PSU run club, the little all black run club, the singles is getting immersed. Everybody is trying to find somebody at the run club.
Yes, sir.
I
Not
mean, what's
me.
wrong with the run club?
However, comma.
You get your exercise though.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean,
I would join. Shoot, wake me up.
Well, that's because y'all trying to find somebody. Me
Wow.
personally,
Okay.
it's a wrap.
I
I need
mean,
myself
I mean,
an eye. I'm good.
you ain't wrong.
I'm good.
You ain't wrong. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You ain't wrong.
They
But
lying
I
on
mean,
these
running around that seems fun. Like
They
just
do.
running.
Hell
listening
no,
to
I don't
music.
run. I take the bus.
I mean, yeah.
I will not walk up no hill, no short ledge, none of that. No Mount Nittany, none of that. Jade Anaya is not doing that. It's negative. It hurts
okay,
my
hold on, hold
asthma.
on.
I don't do it.
Hey,
Okay,
must
not
be
your
good.
asthma. Just carry your pump.
I mean, I got asthma too.
No, but I be tasting blood. It's a no. That's what I'm,
Blood.
that's
That's
what
a
I'm
little
saying.
too
That
much.
little lithium, whatever. The little negative.
I don't know about that one game.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
about
not
that.
right.
That's you. That's not me.
But now, y'all, we're gonna do our 1 minute hot take, and then we're gonna get out of here because people gotta go to the bar. It's a Thursday night.
You gotta go to the bar. I'm
yeah,
going home.
I'm not going to the bar. I got
Yeah.
Chipotle in my bag. I'm about to go home.
Now it's
Some
cold.
Heat that
Chipotle.
up.
It is cold.
Heat it up. It got reheat value in that. So you know.
Do it? I don't like reheating my Chipotle though.
That's a lie.
I mean, okay.
I like it fresh.
I mean,
I like my food fresh on the spot.
Yeah, negative. I'm gonna eat that right. Yeah.
okay.
Especially with the little lettuce. You love
Okay,
me.
The warm letdown.
Yeah.
Okay,
you love
y'all. Okay, y'all.
With the vinegar
And the
sauce.
pico too. Oh.
Move on.
So-
All right. But I think my hot take of this week is that honestly, we need to be talking about the fact that we don't have much media for young adults our age, besides Bel Air and a few other different shows that showcase prominent Black women and Black men figures. Not just mixed. Love you, Zendaya. That's my mother.
Wow.
And all the other people. Because, you know, they keep picking the same Yar, Shahidi, and friends.
Yes, they do.
Right.
Yes, they do.
Love them, but we need the darkies back.
We do.
We do. So, you know, any other time we can add some little immersion, come together, be immersed that way, I'd enjoy it. I'd like to see my people, the dark, the light, the in-between. Well, you know, please add us, you know. What about you, Elissa?
I guess my hot take is just like we need more coverage like mental health and like the struggles of just being like in your 20s and like about to graduate and everything, and just it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
Because we not.
We're tired, but also take a break, love yourself, treat yourself, go outside. Maybe don't do too much now. I'm just saying, don't do too much.
I have evidence.
Oh, that's
Evidence.
crazy. Shush.
I've seen it.
Wow.
So you be out like that, huh?
Zaire, what is your hot take?
I'm just saying. My hot take, it has to do with one of the Emmys. What's it called? The couple actors from The Bear won like
The best comedy
Yes.
category.
and I like The Bear.
I love the Bear.
Jeremy
like-
Allen
I like
White,
them.
you a good man.
Mm-hmm.
I like The Bear. I love the cast, but
Yes,
I'll just say
immersion.
this: the recent at all.
But that was not nominated.
True.
Okay, but even then, I don't feel like it's a comedy show. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I-
not.
it's
But I
not a
think they
comedy.
really do that on purpose just so that they can
Yeah.
win because they will win.
yeah, and
But,
a lot of
you know.
people like were just man. I forgot this one actress. She was like, the Bears not com this and that. She was like an ex SNL. I forgot her name, but there was like a lot of shows that were nominated, and like one of them I think was Abbott. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm
They
like,
should have won.
I'm
They
like,
should have
so
won.
you're telling me, don't get me wrong, The Bear is good, but you're telling me that The Bear beat Abbott? Like, I had more laughs in Abbott
The
than
Bears,
The Bear.
stop putting yourself in the drama category. We gonna vote for you just
Yeah,
like Succession.
like I said, if it was a drama, I'm voting for The Bear
Yeah.
because it's good.
It is good.
you know. But like in comedy, it's like
It's not funny.
I
Ain't nothing funny.
haven't even laughed. Like, and it's not even like, oh yeah, this is a funny moment. It's like a really bad moment. and then like I don't want to laugh at Carmi yelling at someone. Like, bro,
Yeah.
that's
Sometimes I do.
But why? What's so funny about being yelled at and you
I
trying to make a
support
dish?
Jeremy Allen White in all of his endeavors.
That is
Okay.
Right.
crazy.
Thank you.
Okay.
But I do agree on your take. It's not a
Yes.
comedy. Abbott show won.
It is not. Abbott
Yeah.
should have won. Sorry. So, this was our first episode of Beyond.The.Mic Entertainment Edition. This is,
Elissa.
and this is,
Zaire.
and I'm Jade. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you continue to watch all Beyond.The.Mic content as we continue to post the latest and greatest of everything that's going on at Penn State here and beyond. And we'll see you next time.